Everyone already knows that Prince Harry met with his father, King Charles III. The meeting took place in London at Clarence House, lasted less than an hour, and it was the first time in more than a year that the two were face to face. What nobody knew, and only now has come out, is that a hidden detail inside that meeting could completely change the way we understand the relationship between father and son. Before I bring the full story and also my analysis, I ask you please to like this video. For you, it costs nothing, but for us, it is extremely valuable, and may God reward you double for this gesture of support. The meeting between Harry and Charles happened on September 10th at Clarence House, the King's official residence in London. It lasted about 53 to 55 minutes and was considered an important step toward a possible reconciliation. Nothing new so far, but only a few hours later, rumors started that Harry felt like an official visitor and not like a son. Some even said he left surprised by the formal tone of the meeting. It all happened at a delicate moment. Prince Harry is living in the United States with Meghan Markle after stepping away from royal duties, and Charles is facing cancer treatment while leading a monarchy that keeps getting smaller. That was when Harry decided to act. In a rare statement, he denied the reports. According to a spokesperson, the words attributed to the Duke were completely false and meant only to sabotage any attempt at reconciliation between father and son. That alone would be enough to draw attention. But it came with a detail nobody expected. Harry confirmed that gifts were exchanged during the meeting, and this is where the most controversial part begins. Harry gave his father a symbolic gift, a framed photograph. Until then, people believed the photo showed Harry, Meghan Markle, and the children. But the Duke of Sussex himself made it clear that the picture did not include him or Meghan. The photo showed only Archie, 6 years old, and Lilibet, 4. Children the king has not seen in person since the Platinum Jubilee in 2022. This gesture could be seen as an attempt at closeness, a call to rebuild bonds, but at the same time, it became a reminder of the painful distance between grandfather and grandchildren, and the controversy only grew because that detail became public. Prince Harry asked for privacy, but he ended up confirming something that instantly turned into worldwide headlines. The story does not end there. Harry believes that some of the leaks do not come from anonymous sources, but from the so-called men in gray suits at Buckingham Palace, courtiers and advisors who, according to him, are trying to ruin his chances of rebuilding the relationship with his father. His late mother, Diana, had already accused these same men of manipulating stories against her. A source close to the Duke said the relationship between the Duke and His Majesty is a matter only for the two of them, and that the men in gray should stay out of it. On the other side, there was also reciprocity. King Charles used the occasion to give his son a birthday present, since Harry turned 41 in September. A small but symbolic gesture that shows there is still space for cordiality, even in the middle of tension. Even so, there are no plans for father and son to appear in public together or for Harry to return to royal duties in any half and half-out arrangement. In the end, the meeting between Harry and Charles could have gone unnoticed as just another chapter in a complicated family relationship, but the framed photo turned it into a symbol. In my opinion, this shows that even when there are gestures of closeness, the wounds are still very open. The photo that should have symbolized unity turned into international news, and that only highlights how their relationship is still marked by noise, mistrust, and constant leaks. What stands out to me is the contradiction. Prince Harry asks for privacy, but at the same time confirms details that immediately spark controversy. It feels like there is always a need to control the story, to not let the palace or the press be the only ones telling it. And when he points to the men in gray suits as villains, echoing the same accusations made by his mother Diana, he touches on a historical wound of the monarchy, which is the influence of courtiers behind the scenes. Maybe he is right to be suspicious, but by repeating that speech, it seems like he is still living in his mother's shadow, fighting the same battles instead of creating a new way to relate to the institution. At its core, the photo was a sincere gesture, but full of contradictions, and a true reconciliation will not happen like this. As long as Harry keeps turning every detail into news, reconciliation will remain only a distant possibility. So I believe the photo was a sign of affection, but also proof that the trust between King Charles and Prince Harry is still fragile. If you liked the video, or even if you do not agree with everything I said, leave your like or dislike, but do not forget to share your opinion in the comments because it is very important. And if you want to keep going with me, just click the video showing up on the screen right now. I am sure that if you watch it, you will love it.